Hello, friends. It's Miss Susan, and I'm here today with Sunshine. If you haven't met Sunshine, she's the little doll that my mommy made, and she helps me to demonstrate things sometimes. So she's going to help me today, right? We're going to show you just a really simple, fun game you can use to calm your child when they need calming. So I learned, I'm not an occupational therapist, but I did learn this from an occupational therapist, but it's an easy thing to do at home. It's called the burrito wrap. And basically, what it is just swaddling your child, but like you may have done when your child was a baby. But this is for a little bit older of a child. I've used it with children as old as 5 or 6, and they generally think it's a lot of fun. But that's um, because we don't just tell them that we're going to swaddle them, but I turn it into a game. I have met a couple children who really didn't like it so much, but almost everybody did. And when I did it in my classroom, I used it a lot, a couple of years in my 3-year-old class, which was children from 2 to young 4s. And if I started to play it, everybody wanted a turn, so I tried to allow enough time, um, or just would tell them we would do it again the next time. But you may not have 14 or so 3-year olds to play with all at the same time. You might just have one, or maybe you have a few children. Um, I would recommend trying this first with when your child's not out of themselves. And also, it's always best if you can, if you kind of, if you, this is something you would do at home or in a classroom, not really out and about. If you can catch the child before they get totally out of themselves, well, that's always better. Um, and if you try playing it when they're just in a playful mood and not in need of some extra help, then that is a good way to introduce it. It's kind of hard to introduce things when your little one is all out of themselves. So let me move my camera a little bit and I will show you how it's done. So to do this, you will need like a blanket, or in my classroom I usually had play cloths that we used for making houses, like play houses. And let me slide her over. There we go. That's a little better. Um, so I would lay it out on the floor. This one is folded in half because Sunshine is not very big. So to do this, the child lays down, or you can lay the child down on the floor. It's best if you can keep their arms in. I have had some children who would not leave their arms in, and so I let them not. So their arms can be by their sides, or they can be crossed across their chests, like that. And basically, you're just going to roll them up in the blanket. You want to make sure you stay away from the neck and head. You don't want to cover their faces or wrap anything, of course, tightly around their neck. So I'm just tucking the blanket in to make it nice and snug, and then I'm just going to slowly roll Sunshine up. And I wouldn't normally slide the child over. Let's see if I can do that a little better there. But so she can stay in the camera, I am. If your cloth is big enough, you can fold it up at the end to cover their feet, but this one's not, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to keep rolling her until she's all the way rolled up in the blanket, nice and snug, but it's not. It's up around her neck. But it's not wrapped around her neck. So you want to do it snugly, like you would for swaddling, but not so tight that you cut off the circulation. And you want your child to end up with her face looking up. So if they're more comfortable, you could put a pillow underneath there. I always just did it laying on the floor. So now they're wrapped up nice and snug in a burrito, and you can do this yourself, or you want to kind of, give them a massage and a sensory experience while they're in there. So what I always did was, let me turn her sideways. There you go, and I can see your face better. What I always did was put toppings on my burrito, and the other children would help me. I always stayed very close, and actually, surprisingly, we never had a problem with anybody getting too rough with somebody while they were wrapped up. So I know you don't actually put toppings on a burrito, but this is how we did it. So we would put on cheese and maybe some lettuce, and I would just do like a slightly different kind of touch for each one, just making it up as I went along. We would put all sorts of things on our burritos, chocolate sauce, bloop, 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 bloop. And if you make funny little sounds, that's even better. Chocolate sauce, maybe some cherries, salsa, anything you can think of, just to make it playful. And when the taco's all done, if we just eat it, and then you unroll them and let them go. Now I know some people I've seen have done this. Some people have done this as a game, like with a as a caterpillar and a cocoon and a butterfly, and that's probably more elegant. But I tend to go for the more silly one, and it was always a lot of fun to do this, and it really, really was calming. And it was also calming for me, because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when the children start to get all riled up, I start to feel a little riled up too. So doing something fun and silly was also calming for me. And then the children, of course, got that nice pressure. I would never force a child to do this, but like I said, pretty much all of them really liked it, and everyone, whether they were wild or calm or whatever, wanted a turn and wanted to do it again. So I hope that you enjoy this and have fun with it, and let me know if you have any questions about it. But for now, that's it. Sunshine says goodbye. And please, please, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And also in the description box, you will find a link to my do-it-yourself parent-child class, which has lots of crafts and stories and circle time songs and verses that you can share with your little ones, a few recipes too, not to forget, and you can have a free 7-day trial. So that's down in the description box if you want to sign up for it and give it a try. That would be awesome. And I'd love to hear your thoughts or questions or anything. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.